Hello everyone and welcome to Simutrans, or Simutrans, whatever, I use them interchangeably. A transport tycoon-like game that's a little bit, well, I like it better than OpenTTD. It's easier to learn, easier to master. But anyways, well, not easier to master, that's for sure. Where am I going? Anyways, today I am playing on the normal pack that comes with the game. This game is free, by the way. It's free, just like OpenTTD. Packs are maintained by different people, and something interesting is the packs kind of change how the game works. You can make your own pack if you want, and I'm gonna be doing some tutorials later on. Anyways, that's not why we're here today. Today, we're just gonna get into the game, show you how some things work, and well, for starters, we're probably going to try to get up to $1 million before 1940. We're going to be starting at 1930, but before we can do that, we need a new game. I was just testing out some settings earlier. We're going to start at a 1024 map. A 1024 map. Now, this is a very, very large map, actually. So, we aren't going to have any artificial intelligence players at the beginning, but maybe we'll add them. Not really sure. It kind of depends on what you guys want me to do and what year I add them. I don't know that either. Probably after 1940 though, because I need to get my company up and going. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna leave all this stuff default. And landscape settings, I don't think I changed much here, if anything. Oh, I made the winter snow line a little bit lower. In fact, I want to make it lower yet. Oh, let me randomize the map a bit, too. Let's find a okayish one. Some water and land. Good amount of both, if possible. Oh, I saw a good one. Yeah, that one will do right there. It's got quite a few mountains, but it should be fine. I also changed these settings. I added some more traffic in the economy and cities down at the bottom. Well, I was supposed to have. It should be at a 10. So, there we go. For me, I'm not saying you should do that at all. It all depends on your preference, and I happen to like seeing cars at a traffic level of 10. So, well, I can't say exactly 10. I think it was 1 or 2 below. We'll go 9. Because you get too much traffic and, well, it kind of mess up all your buses and things. Anyways, I think we'll start game now. So now it's going to go through the stuff of loading. And this can take a while during a 1024 map. But that didn't take long at all. Okay, so here we have our map. We start out in January, which is considered winter. I might change my color. Anyways, here's our map. As you can see, it's gigantic. Also, I don't want to see a track. Oh, I do want to see factories, so yeah, go ahead and turn on factories. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and go into players. Can I change my color? I can change my name anyways. I don't think I can change my color for whatever reason, which is strange. There probably is an option somewhere. I'm not a master at Simutrans, but I do know how to play it, and we're gonna get up to $1 million before the time. Okay, so anyways, we're just gonna call this something very simple, like logistics. At least for now. We might come up with something more interesting later. As you can see, it changed my name down here. And yeah, so I think we're gonna get going. This isn't a scenario, so let me just really quickly, because I don't know why it's made me red all of a sudden. I was modding it a bit, and and it just decided, oh, you're gonna be red from now on, and I'm like, what? Why? Guess we're red. That's just how this is gonna work. There is multiplayer built into this game, but I don't have anyone to play with at the moment. One thing? Okay. The first thing we want to do when we get into the game is not this. Well, maybe. That's a coal power station. Okay, so we want to find a coal power station is what we want to do. Now, I'm thinking maybe somewhere up here, like if this coal... is there a close-ish one? Not really. What about this one? You know, that's not gonna work. All just so far away. Basically, we're trying to find one that we can probably do with a train. We can probably do this one with the amount of money we have. Let me zoom in on it here. So from here to here, it's a distance, but I think it's a doable distance. Let me just see if I can find it without too much trouble. Well, first let me find the power station. Okay, so there's the power station. We head up this way. The coal. It's a little bit. I can get them into the same screen though, so. Probably fine. Okay, there it is, and then we need to go down here. It's gonna be a stretch, but I think it's doable. So, anyways, we'll go into our train tools. And what I do is, because, like, the initial cheap trains that you can get can't go faster than the max 55. In fact, they go exactly up to 55. So, basically, the first trains you ever get just barely make it to this. Let me check something here. Okay, no, this music is just quieter. Alright. So, anyways, we'll get a fairly large station going on here. I think I'm gonna route it down here. I usually just like to build big stations at the start. You don't have to. You can build a single little one-line track right next to whichever factory you're going to. And that'll be fine. So, coal mine is up here. Best way for long stations is to go along here. And you don't have to make them long. If you find another way, like making them wide or something, that's fine too. Just, I like to be able to have them as long as I can, in case I ever want to expand later. I'm not just, like, running out of room. Anyways, as you can see, something that's different from OpenTTD, actually, immediately, is you can just drag track. In fact, you can click in one spot, and click where you want to end, and it'll route the track to there. Now, this has its advantages and disadvantages. With roads, it's wonderful, because you usually aren't putting roads beside another road. With tracks, it gets a little bit worse because, let's say you want to put two tracks next to each other so you can have an up line and a down line. If you click to make one and then click to make another, it will cross the track just automatically with the first one that you had going there, and well, everyone knows that's no good. So, I'll show you when we go to make a double track what you have to do instead. Anyways, it's very fast to just route a single track, and it will route the fastest way wherever you want to go. So, we have that. And I'm going to go ahead and add a station here. Now, when you're adding stations, as you can see, there's these orange squares, and that's saying how far that it can service to. Now, as long as any part of your station is touching whatever you're wanting to service, you're fine. And stations will connect to each other as long as they're right next to each other, either this way or even in a diagonal. So, as long as they're only one square away from the last station you placed, it will be fine. just gonna go ahead and finish out this station. Okay. And then we'll make one up here. And yeah, I guess we should start. Well, it doesn't matter, like I said. I'll just do 7 on that one for now. I'll have a 2-line track and put a train depot down. And we're ready for our first train, so let's unpause the game so that things can be built. Time elapses. As you can see, we've used a hefty amount of our budget, but we're done now. Like, we can make money off of this system, so I am no longer worried about that. And I'll show you how you can just quickly calculate profit. It's not that hard to think of and figure out. So let's get some trains out here. What I like to do is just use these basic trains at the start, because like I said, their max speed is 55, as you can see down below in the details. 55 kilometers an hour, which is what this track can support. And there's probably stronger trains that can pull. There's that. I don't know why the, oh my! I can assure you that was not supposed to happen. Let me... Oh, I know what that is. Hold on. Okay, so that shouldn't have done anything for you. Except for maybe cut my mic out for a few seconds. But whenever I record, my recording stuff has just been going crazy. Okay, and if we look in here at our coal, we will see that it is a bulk good. This is the type. And for bulk goods, we want bulk goods trains. As you can see under capacity, it says 18 tons of bulk goods. And we have oil and petrol, waste, steel, lumber, powder pellets, all this good stuff. But what we want is this. And what I'm going to do is, as you can see, it tells you how many station tiles it takes up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7, but I'm not going to be able to load this train up to 7. What I'm waiting for is when it has this red line. This is basically saying if it's fully loaded, it'll probably be over. Now for coal cars and such, it's usually not over. It can usually get up to its top speed pretty easily, even though it's weighted down. But for some other materials, it is good to note that. And then we just set up our line like that, in case you didn't see. Keeps going out of the screen sometimes. You just click on one platform. And actually, you can click on any platform in the station. That'll be its default platform, but it'll be able to use any of them once we set up our more sophisticated system. And yeah, and we just, I don't know if you saw here, but on the one where we're picking up the coal, minimum load, we want to put to 100%, so that way it loads the entire train, and then starts its way down here. And so, with that, and then it'll automatically go loop back around to the first stop in a chain of stops. So that'll be useful for trains, for buses and transports and such. And we're gonna go ahead and start that train out, and we're gonna come find it up here, and we're gonna see that it's very, very slow. I kind of want to move this window, thank you. Thank you very much. And let me actually bring up the map real fast. The map's still huge. And we'll zoom in a bit so that we can see what we're doing. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. So if you right-click and drag, that'll move your map, as well as the arrow keys will do it, and I think the numpad? But, yeah, but anyways, this yellow dot here is actually the train. And the red is the train tracks. Black is, of course, city streets. Gray is normal buildings. And then you'll see these bigger squares if you have it turned on, and those are the industry buildings. So yes, and now our train is actually underway. Now, we could wait for it to travel all the way down here. But that could take us several million years. What we'll do is we'll press the fast forward button. Well, maybe. My computer would accept my input. It does this a lot on like a 1024 map. If you're gonna do a big map, you have to expect some lag, because it's crazy, and then recording doesn't help. If you're not recording, I'm pretty sure it does okay. So down we come to the stop. I don't know why the train decided to do a loop around. I guess because it figured it would be fastest to come back out that way. Unless if it turns around at this stop, in which case I'm completely wrong. But anyways, we're about to make our first delivery. And so yeah, I was going to tell you about computing. So basically, what you want to do, if you don't have extra travel time, it basically went to its first stop and then went here. Basically, just to know how much income it's making per trip, roughly, what you can do is you can look at its income here. And when it reaches the point that it started at, you take whatever that value is, and that's how much it's making per trip. So, roughly 15,000 is about how much this is making per trip, which is pretty good, I'd say. So, we still have 100,000. I should probably at least start a double track. Like, the track doesn't cost very much. It's the signals to keep the trains going smooth that costs money. So yeah, I think we're fine to start another track right now. Basically, this is just what you want to do for getting started. You want to just get the double tracks going, because they are wondrous. And this one's not going to be able to follow straight along the fastest path, just because of reasons. Some pretty obvious reasons too, but I won't go into those right now. I think this is how close I can get. I probably could have gotten it one closer, but this is how we're doing it now. Oh. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, we'll dive down here. And then head over here. And then I'll keep these ones a bit more spaced. It is a junk rail. Ooh, also something you should know, like if you're gonna do an auto route and you're getting low on money, let me just show you that. If you're worried about how much it's gonna cost, click and hold. It'll tell you about how much it's gonna cost. If it's too much, can you just right click? No, you can't. You have to, so try not to do this with a really long route, because you aren't gonna be able to just cancel it. Come back to your, where you started it, and let go. There's probably a way to cancel it. Like, let me see here. If I... Nope. Nah, I can't find a way to cancel it. There's probably a button somewhere that you can find in the key bindings in the help. But I don't want to do that right now. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and set this on fast forward, so that train keeps making money at a reasonable speed so that I can keep building. We should give that train a name if we can. I don't think we can. That is one bummer. You're going to find diagonals very painstaking to copy over, because you have to do each one at a time. Because I'll show you what happens if you try to do multiples. Just follows your old track. So, and if you like go out and try to do it, it kind of works, but you end up making a super long track. Obviously that's okay at some points. Okay, we've run into a problem here. As you can see, the terrain doesn't allow for this. Now, terrain is a little bit expensive, but it's usually not too bad. You can usually get away with altering terrain. And if the train's going to take too many alterations, you can use artificial stuff, and it basically just sets up whatever you think you need right there, right then. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good indeed. Anyways, I think that's it for today. So I would like to thank you all so much for watching, and we will continue next time. We are currently still in the year 1930. We have hit spring, and we are in April, so we have gone quite a few months in. We are at $89,000 and dropping because I keep building track. But at the same time, we're making $15,000 every time the train makes a trip down there. So until next time, keep trans, keep them up. Bye bye.